My Kitchen is brought to you by Harvest Market.
Well, the potato could be the star of what you're making for dinner, or it could be a side dish. And I bet you didn't know, September is National Potato Month. And here to help us dig into a recipe, Shannesty Ireland, food and lifestyle influencer. Hi, Shannesty, how are you?
Great. How are you doing, Tim?
I'm fantastic, and you're with Mike Sells, so we'll talk about that in just a few minutes, but I was just made aware today that it is National Potato Month, so tell me what I need to know.
Well, I don't know about you, but the potato is one of my absolute favorite foods. And who would have known that this root vegetable is so versatile? There's so many different ways you could make a potato: French fries, hash browns, sweet potatoes, anything you can think of. So potatoes are just a fan favorite for everyone in this country as well as around the world. I don't know. What's your favorite kind of potato, I should ask Tim?
Well, you can have it for any meal of the day, right? You mentioned the hash browns and potato chips and baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. How are we supposed to celebrate this month? Simply by eating a lot of them?
Absolutely. You know, there are actually 4,000 different varieties of the potato, which I didn't know. There are so many different type of potatoes out there. In our country, we have about 200 of those varieties, and there's actually 180 varieties that are out in the wild, and they're actually too bitter for us to even eat. So needless to say, there are a lot of different potatoes. Now, it really wasn't until World War I where the French fry, probably the most popular way to make a potato, was introduced to our country. It was originated in Belgium in the 1600s, and the Belgian soldiers introduced our American soldiers to the French fry, and when they came back, they called it the French fry because French was the language that those soldiers spoke in World War I.
See, I'm learning something new already. You have a recipe for us, which I know is going to teach me something new. It's mashed potatoes, but with a bit of a twist.
Absolutely. So, Tim, this recipe is so easy. It does not take you very long at all. The very first thing I did is I started off with some small diced potatoes. These are the petite potatoes, and then I should say I actually diced them. So I started off with about a bag of those. You can also use the medium potatoes if you wish. It really just depends on what kind of potato you want. And then I added that to a mixing bowl, about 2 tablespoons of melted butter, salt, pepper to taste, and a half a cup of onion, cut up, diced really small. I mixed that all together, and then I threw it in the oven, 350 for about 45 minutes. And when that came out, the potatoes were really nice and tender. Then I put it back into my KitchenAid mixer. I added about a cup of milk, and I mixed it up really well. That's what's going to make it really nice and mashed. And then that was it. That's it for the mashed potatoes. Did not take any time or effort at all. And then, of course, for the flavors on top, you can have the crunchy potato chips. I love Mike Sells potato chips. Are probably my favorite. I used the Groovy flavor for this, but you could get crazy. You could do green onion. You could do barbecue, any kind of potato chip you want. You can add cheddar cheese on top, green onions, and I mean, bacon kind of just makes everything better.
Agreed. Both cheese and bacon you can put on just about anything, and it'll taste good. You had mentioned some of those other types of potato chips. That feels risky to me if you get into other flavors that might not work. Do you have a favorite beyond the Groovy style that would go on this?
So I love the good and hot potato chips. That's going to give it a little bit of spice if you like hot foods. I also just really love sour cream and onion. I just think it just adds so much flavor to the mashed potatoes because, you know, everyone likes sour cream in their mashed potatoes anyway. So it just kind of gives it a little bit of crunch and it adds a little bit more flavor to the mashed potatoes.
If we're going to make this dish and bring it to a loved one, perhaps to celebrate National Potato Month, is there any sort of card available at Hallmark for this holiday, or are we going to have to create our own?
You probably have to create your own card. I have 4 kids, so I would just put them to the task. If you need someone, you can reach out to me, and I will have my kids make that card for anyone that you're taking this dish to.
You've probably got a business idea that you could start there for a National Potato Month. Get those kids working. Shannesty, thank you so much. We appreciate it. That looks delicious, and we'll put the recipe online.
All right. Thanks, Tim.
You got it. As we mentioned, there's a look at the Mike Sells Facebook page, and we will get you that recipe on our website, as well as a link to the Mike Sells site. Just go to CILiving.tv.